Welcome back to the InvestED series. So far, we've explored how Phil Town and Danielle Town, father and daughter, created one of the most powerful investing podcasts out there. We've talked about their foundational principle, rule number 1, don't lose money, and how value investing helps you follow that rule in a practical, disciplined way. But today we're going to shift gears. We're going to talk about something that might surprise you. Because this episode isn't about charts, or numbers, or stock market timing. It's about something deeper, more personal, more human. We're talking about mindfulness. Yes, mindfulness and money. Because for Danielle Town, mindfulness wasn't just helpful on her investing journey, it was absolutely essential. Let's explore why. Danielle began her investing journey from a place of anxiety. She was a successful attorney, educated, capable, smart. But when it came to investing, she felt completely overwhelmed. She didn't understand the language of Wall Street. She didn't feel confident managing her own money. She avoided financial conversations whenever she could. And that's not uncommon. So many people, especially women, feel this way. But here's what made Danielle different. She didn't let that fear stop her. She leaned into it. And instead of charging forward with spreadsheets and stock picks, she turned inward first. She used mindfulness, the practice of being aware of her thoughts, feelings, and reactions, to examine why she felt so blocked around money. And what she discovered changed everything. In the early episodes of InvestED, Danielle often pauses Phil mid-sentence. He might be talking about discounted cash flow or return on equity, and she'll stop him and say, "Wait, that's overwhelming. I'm feeling anxious." Or, "I don't get it. That feels too complicated." And what's amazing is, Phil doesn't steamroll her. He listens. He adapts. He explains it again. Simpler. Slower. That's the real beauty of their dynamic. Danielle brings presence to the conversation. She doesn't pretend to be okay when she's not. She doesn't gloss over fear. She doesn't hide confusion. She names it. And in doing so, she gives all of us permission to do the same. Because the truth is, money is emotional. Even if we like to pretend it's all logic and numbers and profits, it's not. Money is tied to our identity, our safety, our family history, our self-worth. And if we don't unpack those feelings, they control us. Mindfulness helps Danielle do 3 key things on her journey. First, it helps her notice her emotional reactions to financial topics. She doesn't judge herself for feeling scared or overwhelmed. She just observes it. She'll say things like, "When we started talking about investing in oil companies, I noticed my chest tightened. I don't feel good about supporting fossil fuels." That's awareness. Second, mindfulness helps her stay curious instead of reactive. Rather than shutting down or spiraling, she says, "That's interesting. Why do I feel resistance here? Is this fear? Or is this something I need to learn more about?" It creates a pause, a space to breathe before taking action. And third, mindfulness allows her to align her investments with her values. This is huge. It's not just about what you invest in, it's about why. Danielle doesn't want to build wealth by supporting companies that harm the planet or exploit people. She wants her money to reflect her ethics. And mindfulness helps her make those decisions with clarity and integrity. There's a reason Danielle titled her book InvestED, with a D at the end. Because this isn't just about investing money. It's about being invested in your life. Being present. Being intentional. Being awake to what you're doing and why you're doing it. And that's what makes this podcast so powerful. Phil brings decades of financial expertise. Danielle brings emotional intelligence and self-awareness, tools that are just as critical and often overlooked. Together, they model what it looks like to not just build wealth, but to grow as a human being along the way. Let's pause here for a moment. Ask yourself, what's my emotional relationship with money? What did I learn growing up about wealth, risk, or success? Do I feel safe making financial decisions? Do I trust myself with money? Do I feel worthy of abundance? These aren't soft questions. These are the real ones. Because your mindset determines your outcome. And if you carry guilt, fear, or shame around money, it doesn't matter how many investing books you read. You'll sabotage yourself until you address the inner game. This is the work Danielle models every week on InvestED. This is why people connect with her. She's not trying to be perfect. She's showing up as she is, vulnerable, curious, open, and that's what makes her journey so relatable. So, if you've ever felt like, "I'm just not good with money. Investing is too complicated. I'll never catch up. This stuff is for other people, not me." Stop. Take a breath. You can learn this. You don't need to be a financial wizard. You don't need to have a math degree. You don't even need to be confident right now. You just need to be willing. Willing to notice. Willing to pause. Willing to learn. That's mindfulness. And that's where real power begins. So what can you do right now? Start small. Notice your thoughts when money comes up. Journal about your financial fears. Meditate for 5 minutes before making a money decision. Ask yourself, does this investment align with who I am? It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. And with presence comes power. In the next episode, part 4, we'll dive into the 4 M's of investing: meaning, moat, management, and margin of safety. This is Phil's core framework for evaluating businesses, and it's where all the principles you've learned so far come together. We'll see you there.